Kick-ass Aaron Johnson. Well, I definitely want to take your questions. I'm going to throw a couple out just to get us started real quick. I think I'm going to address the big elephant in the room real quick, Chloe. I'm going to ask you. So, the violence, the language. How'd your family take to it? What'd you think when you first read the script?
Well, my mom read the script before I even did, and she knew it was a really unique role, and it was really different than any other kid's role out there. And she gave the script to me and my brother, and my brother's my acting coach, and we read it, and I was like, I have to be a good girl. And then, when I found out who was attached to the project and everything, and I was all in.
Now, Aaron, playing a superhero in any of these big superhero movies is an awesome role. But for you playing Kick-Ass, I mean, A, what did you think when you first read the script? B, were you familiar with the comic book property before it was presented to you?
Yeah, definitely. When I think I read it, it was very original, and it wasn't the typical superhero. So I was really intrigued by that, and that sort of kind of geeky teenage kid who, I like the idea of getting my head kicked in quite frequently. So, yeah, it was really different. The Kick-Ass, the comic books, there was issues 1 to 3 out at the time, and I kind of used them just before to sort of work off the character, and I kind of wanted to look like the kid of the comic books and sort of all glasses and stuff, and even so much that I wanted to dye my hair blonde because the kid's got blonde curly hair, but Matthew wasn't allowing that because his exact words were, have you ever seen Alexander with Colin Farrell? That was the case.
Do you guys have questions out there, or raise your hand if you do? Otherwise, I'll ask all night long. So, okay, great, right here.
Chloe, after seeing you in 500 Days of Summer and now here, I have to say I'm really excited for Let Me In. How are things going on that set?
Well, I wrapped it about 2 months ago. It was amazing. I can't really say much about it. You're gonna have to go see it October 1st. But all of you should go see it. It's a really cool film, and I got to show a different side of a vampire.
Other questions? Sure. Maybe afterwards. How's that? Let's ask some questions first up. All right here.
What did you think when you first started this movie?
Well, I didn't really know what it was going to be because the first thing I started was all the action and all the training for it because I did about 6 months of training altogether for it. And, it was really hard. You never really know how physical it's going to be until you get into a circus school. And you're like, okay, I'm doing trapeze stuff. It was cool though. It was a lot of fun.
Aaron, did you do any kind of training? I mean, there was a lot of beatdowns.
My training consisted of rolling around the floor a lot and waving my arms around kind of manically. Matthew, he didn't want me to go in the gym, or he didn't want anyone kind of. He just wanted an ordinary, weedy-looking kid, and he just put Chloe in the train. They sort of trained her like a marine. Basically, she was doing like 1,000. What were you doing? You did 1,000 crunches.
I still do 1,000 crunches. 1,000 crunches, 50 pull-ups, and 50.
She's still killing people as well. So.
Hey, Aaron.
Did you do your own sets on the film, or?
Yeah, we were lucky. We got to do as much as we could really. Like I said, mine wasn't really too demanding and difficult. I mean, Chris, even Nick Cage, and Mark Strong did it. Chloe, I've got to say, did pretty much all the hard work. There was a couple of gymnasts that they put in to do
running the walls.
yeah, just they kind of threw them off buildings and stuff. I mean, kind of weird stuff. But actually, there was a stunt double that was this little boy that dressed up in as Hit Girl.
It was a little
pretty
boy.
bizarre, but and I think he felt really embarrassed all the time, so I wanted to be a girl.
He was like, I don't feel like a bloke. I feel like a chick. And I'm like,
But
yeah,
he,
she wants my feminine. And I'm like, no. No.
they used to throw him down like the corridor and like blow up, like blow up like walls and like shoot guns at him and stuff. And he got pretty panicked. And then I didn't think he wanted to do it. And Chloe was like, I'm in, I'll do it, let me do it. And they just let her in there. So she
Whatever
was
chance I
pretty
have, I'll
fearless.
show them.
She did all her stunts. So I mean, she's pretty awesome in this. She's pretty fantastic, right?
Any other questions out there?
I am 13. I have 4 brothers, so as long as you can get through 4 brothers, I think they'll beat you up.
If she doesn't beat you up.
We've got a hand up here in the white shirt.
How far is your comic book experience? Are you kind of a fan?
Yeah, no, I mean, this kind of introduced me to the sort of comic book world. I guess, I grew up watching all sort of comic book movies and, Batman and Spider-Man, all sorts of things like that, but I never read the books. And Chloe, you never read any sort of comic books. You're way too cool for that sort of thing.
I have 4 brothers, so I mean, they always read comic books, and my dad's really into comic books when he was a kid. But yeah, I mean, I kind of want to get more into it. I like the picture. Hopefully it doesn't offend people.
Other questions out there? Sure, right here. Good question.
It was amazing. I mean, wow, this mic is really loud. Just meeting him was crazy, but really working with him, it really ups my game as an actor, because you feed off of other people's emotions. Like, if you're doing an interview, and if the interviewer is really hyper, you're going to be hyper, you're going to be enthusiastic, and then if it's really laid back and boring, then you're still going to be enthusiastic.
He's really down to earth guy, you kind of expect people like that to have like an entourage of people, but he was pretty chilled out, and you just saw he does this Adam West impersonation, which is incredible. It was just really bizarre when we came into the room, we started doing that, we were all looking at each other like, in all due respect, I mean, people like that I just think are really inspirational. I mean, he's a real artist who was creative, and he really thought about it, and he's a comic book fan, and he had a passion for doing this, and he just brought so many elements to the table and brought his character off the page and brought it to life, and kind of gave Kick-Ass this, Big Daddy gave this whole other personality to Kick-Ass in the movie. So, he was brilliant and a really great guy.
How about the director, Matthew Vaughn? I don't know if you guys are familiar. He also did the movie Stardust, so in Layer Cake.
Layer Cake.
Exactly.
Oh, Layer.
So what was it like working with him?
Great. I mean, I don't know if some of you know, but this was an independent movie that we, when they were looking for, financing and everything, they went to Hollywood and got the studios involved, and no one would pick it up because it was too violent and, the language was too strong, and Hit Girl was 11, and they're like, wanted to make it 28. And
Yeah,
it's
they
just
want
like,
to cut me out
nonsense.
completely.
So, and he said, well, fuck you guys, basically, I'm going to go do it myself, and then took a huge risk, and he really was the backbone of this movie, and really drove it, and he funded the movie himself, and he took a huge risk, and made it as, as shocking as possible, and then kind of went back to Hollywood, and everyone went crazy for it, but, so he's a real sort of gambler, is Matthew, but he's a really great guy, and just says it how it is, and I think you've got to be like that, you've got to be controlling as a director, so he was really great.